Good morning. There's something on the screen. With all this rain we had, a little mud got up on the screen. Got my wild man Wild with me. He's already out here. It flooded big time around here. Not as bad as a lot of places. We got probably, I think, 5 inches of rain. Our home itself is on a pretty good spot that drains really well. We do get a little leakage in the basement. Sorry, Jed. There you are. But we didn't have any major flooding around the animals because, as you can tell, it's on top of the hill. So we're good. Hopefully, praying for you all if you were impacted by all this rain, that it wasn't too bad.
It calms down and moves, and then it goes out to the drain.
Yeah, or drain off. Yeah, it definitely helps it keep from the house, that's for sure. So Wyatt and I are about to do chores, but there's a lot of stuff that's happening today and this week. So today, the baby goats are getting disbudded. Now, it's a questionable thing for a lot of people. Some people 100% do it, some don't like it, some don't understand it. So disbudding, what that is to, it doesn't remove the horns, but it stops the horns from growing. So that way, like Elsa, Butters, they're ones that were disbudded. Like Anna is not, so she has her horns, they're fully grown out. The thing about horns, and especially when you're doing kind of backyard goats or farming like we're doing, one, if you're selling them, a lot of people don't want horns, period. They just don't want them on them. It can be dangerous around kids without the goats even trying. They're sharp and they hurt. The second piece is that also can harm the other goats. So, you know, they do a lot of headbutting. So if you have a bunch of goats with horns, I mean, you can start getting into some rough shape. They can tear up barns. Our buck would tear up barns. And I definitely will never have a buck that has horns again. Charlie about killed me a couple times, not playing, because of his horns. So they're just kind of dangerous. You can choose to do it if you don't want to do it, but we do have a vet coming here today to get that done. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Can I do this one?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and get fill that bucket. Fill it up. Appreciate you. So while he's filling up that bucket, we have the disbudding going on. We are going to do some fencing. I think we got a plan to make it look really pretty and really functional. Thank you all for all of your suggestions. So that'll be happening this week. And then we got turkeys coming today. Well, not coming today. They're being shipped today. So they should be at our post office no later than 2 days from now. Because poultry shouldn't be in transit for any longer than 2 days. Our turkeys are coming from Hoover's Hatchery.
You think that's good?
All the way to the top.
You don't have that much here.
I got more if we need it. Well, Wyatt, we almost made a big mistake, buddy. Another thing that happened that I forgot to tell you about is we put Lucy in the barn and she stayed there for her first time overnight and I almost walked up without the bottle. Jen was waving me down saying, no, you gotta get the bottle. So she's warming that up for us.
There's Dobby. There's Mama. There's the chicken.
Come on, buddy.
Hey. Hi, Lucy. You see?
All right, here, you try to milk. Can you try to milk?
Yeah. You mean there were a bottle?
Yeah, no, listen to me. Look at, no milk can get up there if you do something like that. You gotta tip it up so the milk gets down to the nipple. You gotta give it to her, buddy. Watch, let me show you. You get her going, and you lift it up. Okay? She'll have to stop and breathe. Very good job, Wyatt. I want to get the other babies and put them in this pen. All right, and here they are. This pen might look familiar. This is the one that Butters was in. It's nice and dry. Our barn for the first time is actually wet in the main area because we just got so much rain. Thankfully, all of our stalls are still good and dry.
And Mama Pig was in here with her.
Yep, Mama Pig was in here for a while. But there's all of our babies, and that makes it easier. So when the vet comes, we got the small pen that we can just do one at a time, not have to chase them around. Take you a break, Mama. Enjoy your little break.
Love you guys.
That was sweet. Proud of you, bud. So, to me, in my opinion, I'm a huge time management person, and like it drives me crazy if I'm buying something or I'm doing something and the seller or getter is not prepared. So something I try to make sure that we always do, no matter what. If we're selling an animal or if we have a vet coming, we have it as easy for that person as possible. What I mean by that is, don't just have your vet come and all your animals running around your barn all wild and crazy. No, that only took me a couple minutes, but when me and the vet come back up here, I'm gonna hop in there and I'm gonna have him one at a time. It's gonna be real nice and easy. Time management gets him on to his next place, and then they really appreciate that. So when you call them the next time, they're like, that guy, he was on it. Yeah, I'll squeeze you in. Goes a long way.
We forgot to get the eggs.
We don't get the eggs in the morning. We get the eggs in the evening. You got the top on, the bottom one's gonna fall off.
I did that earlier when I was walking too.
Sometimes you get lucky. There you go. You good?
Yeah.
You gonna make it back here?
Yeah.
So also we're gonna start kid sharing this week. After they go through this, we're gonna be back with their mamas for a while. So we probably won't start till tomorrow. But that basically just means putting them up at night. So then in the morning we can milk. Then we'll let the babies out and they can have the milk the rest of the day. But we get that nice morning milk and start upping our supply because it is time to start getting them used to that. All right, so we're filming on our phone. Sorry, forgot the camera, but we wanted you all to see. So everybody is done. What you're seeing on there is Blue Coat. That's a sealant to help. So if any oozing happens or anything like that, that will keep it out. But there's something else I want to show you. We have a name for this one. His name is Left Eye. He's a little buck. He was the first out of Anna's. So he was born with his eyelid basically reverted. It was the wrong way. And we had noticed that his eye had been closed, and we were going through the process of trying to open it every day, thinking maybe something was stuck or something like that. Well, while the vet was here, he is an awesome guy, just an amazing dude, he was telling us what it was. It was just reverted back and it needed a stitch to help pull it back. So that's why he's a little bloody. He just got him 2 stitches, but at least his eye's open. So it's unfortunate, but it's better off for him. And everybody's doing fine after the disbudding. And looking great. He did a great job. He was so informative, and he was really able to help us understand everything. Say bye, Left Eye. What did you think of the process, babe?
It was gruesome, but it was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's mainly just burnt hair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what you really smell. And like I said, he does a really good job at what he does.
He's so good. We've never dealt with a vet before. We've never had livestock of this size.
Right.
So that was our first time, and I would not choose another vet. He's just awesome.
He's the same one that castrated Bessie
Yes.
for us. And he's just, I was telling her one thing about, he's so calm in a situation that it makes you calm, and it makes the animals calm. And to me, that's a piece of a vet that you don't get out of all of them. That's more of a personality thing and experience, right? Because if he didn't have the experience, we wouldn't do it. But yeah, that's Blue Coat. If you're curious, this is good to have on hand for all livestock. If anybody gets a cut or scrape, you don't want to get a bunch of mud and stuff like that in there and feces that are on the ground. Throw a little Blue Coat on it. It's like basically putting a liquid Band-Aid.
Yeah, it's an antiseptic too. So we use that for the first initial sealing, and then we're going to do calendula salve from here on out, probably morning and night. Put it on their little spots, and hopefully it'll heal them right up.
Yeah.
Lucy or somebody is chewing on
Yeah,
them.
Lucy wants to go back in the house. She said, I'm not digging this out here now. It's Lacey.
You're okay.
So yeah, she spent her first night outside,
Yes.
and she did great. She did great, but she's just a little spoiled.
Yeah.
The posts are here. Okay, we got the evening chores done, the milking and good stuff done. Tonight we're gonna start kid sharing. We did decide, since all the babies are doing so well from the disbudding, we are going to put them up tonight. So tonight's milking was literally just relieving any major pressure because we want the babies to get all the milk, because tomorrow morning, it's ours. Fencing, let's talk about it. Y'all saw the posts, they're here, it's happening. So this is what Jody and I decided, and Jen, Jody and I was talking, confirmed with Jen because she gets to truly make the rules. We talked about what to do here. So what we decided to do is at the corner of our house, we are going to shoot out to right here and then shoot straight down till we get to a post down there. So that's the entrance of our house. So we're gonna shoot down to that post, and that'll leave all the front yard open, everything around here, all this, our garden will be protected, and it's ultimately like we're just fencing in the side and backyard. And I should know, we're doing this kind of horse farmy style. It's gonna be the wooded boards, not chain link. We want it to be pretty. This is picturing our house, so that's why we're doing it this way. So we'll have that in the front, and then back here, I'm on the side of the house now, so that's where the hot tub is. All that's gonna be open. We're gonna run from this into the house, straight down to the middle. So it's going to conjoin with the petting zoo fence. And then for the petting zoo, it's exactly what we talked about. It's gonna be all the way from that post over there, straight down to here, and all the way up, following the driveway to completely block all of that in. So we're gonna put gates everywhere. And like I said, it's gonna be horse farmy style. So it's gonna be the wood, and then we're gonna put wire behind it. So that way nobody can get through the wood hose, but it looks prettier. So all of this, each porch is gonna be open, including that. None of that's gonna be fenced in. And that'll allow us to really have nice sectioned areas. And I can't be happier with how it's gonna turn out. Some people said, why not just fence in all that over there? Because y'all, we got big garden plans, and I don't want that to be taken up by dogs and such. So this was a big day on the farm. Disbudding all of our goats. Like it, don't like it, you know, it is what it is. We're here to inform you and show you how it is. So if you are interested in it, all of our goats are perfectly fine now. Everybody's fine. It just takes a single second. I was actually telling Jen, I said, sometimes we fear a small inconvenience and would rather take the long-term inconvenience to not have to deal for that 35 seconds. Taking that chance, making that phone call, calling the vet, going through with it, sometimes can be kind of difficult to do. But as a farmer, you have to do it. And I'm not saying that disbudding was one of those, but it is for us. We want to make sure it's safe. Sometimes the horns could be dangerous around kids. We're gonna sell our bucks, and we've had a buck with horns. Not cool, dude. So we don't want to sell a horned buck because that could be dangerous. And we never want it to be one of our bucks be one that ultimately hurts somebody down the road because of their horns, because they can get aggressive with us. So it was the right decision for us. Super safe. Definitely call a vet. Make sure they do it first. I would not go about doing it yourself. He charges $100 for 7 goats disbudding and putting 2 stitches in left eye's eye. Great deal. Vets are not overly priced. It's not crazy. Do make that phone call, ask the prices, and I promise you, a short-term inconvenience pays off in the long run when you're on a farm.